Hello and welcome back. I'm Hayden Falzon from falzonfantasy.com, and today we're going to be looking at Blender's 3D Cursor. Blender's 3D Cursor is a bit of an oddity and can cause a lot of grief for people who are new to Blender. Now when I say 3D Cursor, I'm referring to this black, white and red icon in the middle of our screen. It has a lot of functions, but its primary function is that it denotes where our geometry is created in our scene. So let me demonstrate this to you. If I were to press Shift A and then create a cube, the cube, and more specifically the cube's origin, will be created at our 3D cursor. Now, if I were to move the 3D cursor by pressing anywhere on the screen with my right mouse button, you'll see that our icon has moved, denoting that our 3D cursor has moved. Now when we create a cube, it is no longer created in the center of our scene, but it is created at the 3D cursor. The 3D cursor can also be used as a tool to transform objects in our scene. This can be done by changing the pivot point. If we change the pivot point setting from median point to our 3D cursor will now act as the pivot point for everything in our scene. Therefore, for example, when I rotate this cube, it will rotate around the 3D cursor. And then I can change wherever that 3D cursor is to effectively change how I transform anything in my scene. One of the biggest gripes that a lot of new people to Blender have with the 3D cursor is they go to select something, but they will accidentally misclick with the right mouse button, and in effect they'll move the 3D cursor. Then, when they go to place their next piece of geometry, it will not be placed in their desired location. Fixing this is quite simple. If we want to change our 3D cursor's position, we can press Shift S and we'll be then given a menu called Snap. It will give us the option for our cursor to selected, cursor to center, cursor to grid, and cursor to active. If we press cursor to center, you will note that our 3D cursor has now been snapped to the center of our scene, which in effect is the default position of our 3D cursor. So as a reminder, if you ever misclick and your cursor is wandering in 3D space, you need not have to worry now. You can now press Shift S and then select cursor to center, which will reset your cursor's position in 3D space. If however you would like a bit more control over where your cursor is positioned, we can use the cursor to selected option. So if I select this cube and then select this vertex of the cube and now press Shift S, and instead of pressing cursor to center, I'm going to press cursor to selected. You'll now see that our 3D cursor has been placed on that vertex that we selected. This is an incredibly useful feature, especially when combined with our change in pivot point to use the 3D cursor. Now, when we rotate this object, it will pivot around that vertex. Another property of the 3D cursor that I should have mentioned earlier is that the 3D cursor snaps to surface geometry. So when I right click anywhere on the screen and my mouse is hovering a piece of geometry, the cursor will not float in 3D space, but will snap to the nearest surface of that piece of geometry. This makes it incredibly easy to place objects in the scene in desired locations. So let us say I want to create a cube just on the top of this little pyramid bound here. I would then right click it and then press Create Cube. Because the cursor is instantly snapped to the nearest surface geometry, the cube is then created on top of that pyramid. Throughout my experience, it does take a little while for new people to Blender to get used to this, because it is such a foreign concept. However, once you do, it's going to make your blending life so much more easier. So I suggest you just take your time and play around with the 3D cursor. This brings us to the end of our look on the 3D cursor. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider giving this video a like. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Hayden Falzon from falzonfantasy.com, signing off.